Good morning, this is Graham Bibby here, and it's the 19th of November 2012, and it's time for the weekly global roundup. This is a small selection of funds and markets and currencies to give an overview of what's going on in the world. We've included in that for now Amazon.com, and the reason for that was, as from the beginning of 2012, it was one of the early leaders in the uptrend in the overall markets. However, it had risen from 170 to 260 and had actually reversed that trend and broken the stop loss, gave a sell, and the advice was to move to cash, roughly around the region of 255, depending on which time of the day you sold. And where my arrow's pointing at the moment is the very major support level here at the price of 250, and we can see that we broke below that here in October. We then rose to that level, which is the 250, which was support, has now become resistance, and as you can see, we're in this downtrend. So at the moment, you shouldn't be looking at Amazon.com. We then move on to the next sector which we find of interest, and it's the energy sector. It's important for the economy, and again, since early July, where the circle is, that was in an uptrend. It was a forerunner to buy signals we had in banks and financials, and also in gold and silver stocks, all started an uptrend. But again, you can see here it peaked out at around $77, and we are now in a downtrend. The market that's moving, the rest of the world market still, is the US stock market, so we always need to concentrate on this one. And back here in October, at around this level, we signaled that top, and this top area here might be a triple top. If the market tries to break through an area on 3 attempts, and it fails, then often you get the sell signal, in which we did, and the sell came on the Dow Jones 30 index at around 13,400. So, the key to my philosophy is not how much you make when you're right, but how little you lose when you're wrong or when the market reverses. So if you'd followed that advice, you'd have exited at 13,400, and as at Friday, which was not a bad day, the market was up a little bit, it was 12,588. So really, you're talking about 800 points difference from the sell signal to where we are now. Now the Nasdaq has been leading the market on the way up and on the way down. So early in August here we started to break out. So I mentioned triple tops, that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. However, I used to be the chairman of the Technical Analyst Society, and if you follow WD Gann analysis, it tells you that if on the 3rd attempt you don't get a confirmed sell, on the 4th attempt, which is where this circle is, 90% of the time you will break through that resistance into an uptrend, which is what the Nasdaq did. And it remained in that uptrend until this circle here, which was the support level, 3,100, was broken over here in October. So on a break of 3,100, that was a sell. Then the market rose from here, and then again at 3,100, which should have been support, then became resistance, and it's in a downtrend. So overall, the markets are not looking great. The leaders are leading us on the way down, and the overall index in the US looks negative. Strangely enough, the US dollar has been in an uptrend since that time frame. When the market was going up from the beginning of August, the dollar index was going down. Then it looked like a bottoming out phase here, and it's been in an uptrend. Gold, which I highlighted to everyone at the beginning of August, here at the beginning of August, from a breakout here, and then we had this nice rise. In October, I gave a sell because the trend had reversed. In actual fact, I said if you've got to buy gold, don't buy the physical. You should buy the stocks, the companies that mine the stuff. But in any event, silver is going to outperform gold, which is what it did. And some of those stocks were up nicely. But now the trend had reversed and we'd actually took the profit off the table. Now this is the world index. So this was in an uptrend started in June, and it only broke that trend at the beginning of November. So again, you can see this is falling, this is in a negative trend. Here's Asia ex Japan, and we're kind of marginally possibly breaking, we at that bottom here we were just slightly below the stop loss of here, but there's still a bottom in place here. So it's not looking great, but Asia's holding up better than most places. So the jury's out whether that's going to be a confirmed downtrend. It looks like it will be, but so again, it's not the time for heroics. And then semiconductors have been in this trading wedge here for some time. Almost broke through the bottom of the support level, but you can see here the market went down to 47.58 and then rose up to near its highs for the day, 48.46. So that's again still holding in there. So overall the markets are looking a bit negative. You have to be cautious. Cash is not a bad thing to have increased at this point in time. And I'll be back to you later this week with highlighting some areas that look interesting. So from Graham Bibby, howtotradethestocmarket.com and stockmarketnewschannel.com. It's goodbye today, and I'll be sending you some alerts, I'm sure, during the week. Thank you.